Question number 4. Do you believe in love languages? If yes, what is your love language?
I believe in the mature expression of love because love language, because really when you're in love with someone, it comes with a level of mind reading. I'm telling you, it's deep stuff.
Love languages, right? Because we are humans, and there are a few things that people do that shows us who they are, that shows us they care about us.
I have read a book about love languages, and not to demean his assertions, but I'd like to say that I am way too complex to fit into any one of the love languages. Rather, I'd like to say my love language is effort and maturity.
Right? So for me, one of my love language is quality time, right? I appreciate it when someone chooses to spend time with me, because I can imagine how busy they are, and then choosing to spend time with me. I mean, if it's just a phone conversation, just calling to check up on me to say hi or something, yeah, it goes a long way for me.
The ability for my husband to read and understand me and know when I want to be touched, when I need a gift, when I need his presence, and when an act of kindness is in order. That's magic.
And the other one is act of service. Yeah, I appreciate act of service a lot.
Okay, my love language is acts of service. So, what turns me on most in a lover is when he sacrifices his time, when he doesn't think twice to help me to do something, when he does something without even being asked, when he brings me a cup of water while taking one for himself, when he does the household chores for me even without me asking him to do anything. Those kind of things are what turns me on in my lover. Apart from that, a beautiful smile, a constant steady smile on the face, a balanced character which doesn't change easily. Some people get moody easily, so a balanced person.
But this is love we're talking about here. The element of surprise plays an important role, so feel free if you're led to invent your own love language, so long as it obeys the 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do.
Yes, I definitely believe in love language. Part of my love language, touches, cuddling, spending time together, gifts, among other things.
Yes and no. Yes, I believe in love language because language is the way to communicate with several people. I feel there's a mix of love language in several people.
I am sure there are people out there who a single love language works for, and that's absolutely fine. Whoever you are, find what works for you and communicate it properly with your partner.
Question number 5. Do you believe in power couples, lovers that work together and support each other, or lovers that live separate lives?
Yes, indeed, I do believe in power couples because I am one myself. I'm a work in progress, and so is my husband. I don't settle for, like how some people they go searching for things that, let's say, a woman searches for a man that already have the money, or a woman will only search for a man that has cars and nice houses, but I don't need that. So I believe that we can actually grow together, we can do a lot of things and achieve things together, we can help each other, encourage each other. Yeah, I think that's important, and I believe in power couples.
Power couples. I do and I don't. Life is not black and white. Power couples are admirable. I think that's most of it. Most people in the world would see a man that is like ambitious, successful, extraordinary, and a woman that is the same, and they're like, oh my god, how are they able to, like, how do you put such, value in one relationship? It's attractive and enticing, but in the real sense of it, I think it's very difficult to manage. It is going to be very difficult to manage. I think that cohesion of, okay, we are going to make this work together. One person is clearly ahead and maybe doing things, and the other person is supporting. I think it's a better arrangement. But I mean, it doesn't mean power couples can't work. It's just that they have to be very, 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 very intentional about how they keep up with the relationship as much as they keep up with their individual lives. Because if what makes them power couple is their individual achievement of success. And none of them might want to lose that, because in a sense it might have become a very solid part of their identity. And keeping up with that in a relationship where you're supposed to raise children, make extreme sacrifices or compromises sometimes, is a very difficult one. Except you have, God and the right values at the very center of that relationship. It will be very, very difficult.
History would have had a very, very different narrative if men from all ages operated with this principle. Imagine if David and his wife were power couple strategizing for that war when they stumbled upon that naked roof bather. The story would have played out quite different. Power couple does not mean that you two must be in the same line of work or be physically present in each other's faces day in, day out. That is fancy and cool, but we have seen failed relationships arise from this. What power couple really means is that the couples must never break the connection, the love, the support, the chemistry. Everything must be felt at all times, even from a billion miles away. This is where the human intelligence comes in. You have one job as a power couple: to be 100% in your partner's life without being an absolute creepy nuisance.
Of course, I believe in power couples. I believe every couple is supposed to be that way. Like, that's why you're a couple in the first place. Love is love, but love is also partnership. Love is service, leadership, support, sacrifice. So I believe that every couple should be a power couple. Love together, work together, support each other, even in their different endeavors.
I believe in it, but they have to, because ego can come and clash at any point in time. So
True.
They have to be ready to. One has to be ready to be humble for the other at any given time, because they might have ideas to things, and maybe this one wants to do something and the other wants to do something, and one has to calm down for the other to work. So that in that situation, it could be very, very chaotic if they are not in sync with each other. If they can't humble them, if one person cannot humble himself for the other, and there will be different situations like that. So a power couple, yeah, they can work, but there has to be a very, very strong sense of bonding and understanding within themselves.
If your partner is an architect, for instance, learn about the design process and make yourself useful without being a nuisance. How? Well, this will vary from relationship to relationship. You just have to understand your spouse and know what works for them each time. You see, it's hard work, I know. And for those of you who believe in multi partners, try committing this much with many partners. You'll die. One is enough, people.
Do you believe in one man, one wife?
Yes, one man, one wife. Man, I do not think it's humanly possible for one man to love your spouse perfectly and rightly and have the energy to look outside. And besides, how can you trust someone who cannot make up his mind on the woman he wants to spend the rest of his life with? I mean, how do you trust such a person with the important decisions you will have to make together when you're inside the marriage.
Yes, quote me anytime. If you have your eyes outside, you do not understand love, and you most certainly are not doing it right. If you're comfortable being a third wheel or a fourth wheel, you might want to check that you are being your best. Multi partners shows an absolute lack of discipline. It's gluttony. Usually, people who want multi partners are spoiled brats, so they get multi partners so that they can screw up without being scolded. So when they screw up with partner A, they can escape to partner B. Multi partners is wrong in every way. Mental health, for instance, you may spend the rest of your life with the low self esteem and mental health issues just because you constantly guilt trip and condemn yourself for the wrong decision of a flirtatious spouse, or thinking that you were not good enough and that is why they got someone else. And that's absolutely wrong.
Yes, I believe in one man, one wife, because marriage is a union, and when a marriage is consummated, there are a lot of things that happen, not just in the physical realm, right, but also in the spiritual realm. There is an exchange in some form or the other. Bible says, and the two has become one. Like when a man comes together and they consummate marriage, the Bible makes us to understand that these two have become one, one, right? So now imagine yourself having more than one wife. That means you're sharing yourself with multiple women, or the other way around with multiple men, right? And there's this other thing that happens. Like I said, there is an exchange in the spiritual realm. You find out that when couples get married, over time, it's been said that these people act alike, or they think alike, or they, there's some transformation that happens. You change in a sense. Yeah, in some sense, you see someone that probably doesn't get angry before, but probably married to someone who gets angry, or behavior